Hey everybody, Kylene here from Fashion Crossroads in Casper, Wyoming. This is a Saturday Savvy video, and my Saturday Savvy videos are about teaching you how to do fashion. It's about being savvy, which means being wise and making good choices with how you wear the trends, how you dress, how you shop, how you save money when you shop, all kinds of different topics about being a savvy customer. So today's video is about a really important topic. It's one of the things I get asked about probably more than any other question, and it's about how do I embrace the trends and still dress my age. So my boutique is really focused on professional women, and so we're kind of like 35 and over is like our target market. So I have ladies that are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s that are still in their professional careers, and they're having to transition and navigate those major age changes and try to figure out how do they still stay fashionable and trendy without looking too young or looking like they're trying to dress too young. So one of the things that I think is really important to talk about is there's a misconception that if you're trying to be trendy, then you're dressing too young. And I completely disagree with that. I think it's far more about how you interpret the trends and interpreting the trends appropriately for your age. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So the first tip, I have 5 tips for you. The first tip is keep it classy. So I think one of the most important things that you have to keep in mind when you're dressing as you get older, as you age, is that you need to avoid the plunging necklines, hemlines that are too short, and clothes that are too tight. You know, the difference between this little dress, which is a great dress for a young person who's slim and trim, you know, short hemline, plunging neck, you know, open in the front. It's got a little keyhole opening right here where you would see some skin. And then it's kind of like a wrap style. You know, this is a dress that you'd go out to a club in, maybe something that would be really cute to wear when you're younger. It's a great little black dress, but it's not going to be probably appropriate beyond a certain age. This dress, however, another great black dress. This dress is the trapezoid dress trend, which is really an important trend in dresses. You've got a hemline that's slightly shorter than your knee. You have a really nice covering for your arm, a mesh sleeve, and you have a style, a design that's not going to cling to your body. So you're still going to be fashionable and trendy, but this dress is a lot classier and therefore works for an older person much better than a dress like this. So with the keeping it classy, just consider, you know, is the hemline too short? Is the fit too tight? Is the neckline too low? And try to avoid those things. The second tip, I gotta check my notes here, is to choose the more conservative version of the trend. So there are multiple ways to wear a trend. There is a scale, for example. So from the super edgy version of the trend to the more conservative version of the trend and everything in between. So I'm going to give you an example of that. So right now, the palazzo pant is really kind of a key trend. This kind of wide-legged, loose-fitting, regular rise pant. So this one is mustard, which is a super trendy color. It's printed, which also makes it edgier. And in this, we've paired it up with this adorable little short cropped top. Really super, super cute way to do this trend. But let me show you this other way. And this would be the more conservative way of doing this trend. So here we've got the short gaucho pant, which is, you know, we're working on that same trend, but this one is solid. It's a kind of a linen-y looking fabric. It's a little bit more professional. And instead of wearing it with that super cropped white top, maybe we do it with a white tank, we tuck it in, and wear a little denim jacket over the top of it. So now you have that same trend, and you're still very fashionable, but you're doing it in a way that's much more professional and a little bit older, a little bit more conservative. So that's what I'm talking about with that. Another really good example of that is the cold shoulder top. We just got done going through 3 seasons of the cold shoulder. And in my time of watching that trend move through, I saw everything from completely blown out shoulders where the entire shoulder was exposed to just a teeny little slit of the shoulder being exposed. The blown out shoulder was the edgy version of the trend. The little slit was the more conservative version of the trend. So as you age and as you're interpreting the trends, you don't have to avoid them. You need to, I guess, choose the ones that are more conservative. And you'll still be really fashionable, but you'll also be age appropriate. So tip number 3 is wear the trends correctly. This is really important. And I don't want you to feel any shame in this. If you're one of those people that like doesn't have the first clue how to dress, that's okay, because we all have our areas of expertise. And I'm sure you're really knowledgeable in something that I know nothing about. So I think the thing that's important is that we get wisdom where we need it, and we go to an expert in the field when we need it, because it is important that we do it right. For example, I've seen ladies try to do the cuffed rolled hem trend, and they did it with jeans that were too wide, and the cuff was like really thick, and it just didn't look right at all. And you know what? They're trying to do the trend. They just lack a little bit of information to make it work. And that information is you can't do that with a straight leg jean. You have to do that with the skinny jean. And you can't do it with a jean that's 5 inches too long for you, because the cuff is going to be this huge monstrous thing, and then you have completely wrecked the trend. So a couple of the things you can do if you need information about a trend, you can watch videos like this. You can, you know, if you have a trusted boutique that's in your town, somebody that you know is knowledgeable, you can go to them and say, teach me how to do this. If you are computer savvy, you can Google images. So like you can do images of ankle jeans, for example, and you're going to get 15 images of different ankle jeans. And from looking at those, you're going to be able to kind of figure out how it's supposed to look. The other thing too to keep in mind is that not all trends are created equal. So these are both skinny jeans. Okay, this jean from Democracy is geared at a little younger customer. This jean from Not Your Daughters is geared for a little older customer. And if you were to put these 2 skinny jeans, very similar, up next to each other, you will see that there is about almost 1.5 inches difference in the skinniness of the jean. So this one is going to get you that skinny jean trend, but in a way that's not skin tight. This one is going to fit the leg pretty skin tight. Younger customer, older customer, both trendy. Another important thing that you can do is let the brand help you to decide. So every brand has a target market, and their marketing materials are going to show you who that target market is. So for example, this is Tribals, one of the brands that we carry in the store. It's a Canadian line. Canadians are very fashion forward. They're on the same scale as Europe. They're always ahead of us as far as the trends are concerned. So this picture is showing, well, I don't know, 20-something, maybe late 20-something model. And she's got a fur, animal print coat, some skinny jeans, and a cute little tie front top. Or here's another example, another probably maybe a little bit older, maybe early 30s, late 20s model. She's got a herringbone jacket, animal print boots, a skinny jean with a stripe on the side of it. So what I can learn from looking at this picture is who this brand is targeted to. If you are wearing brands and all the models are 20s and you're in your 50s, maybe you're trying to wear a brand that isn't really targeted for you. And so that's a way that you can kind of like gauge, because every brand has a target market. So ask yourself, if you're a brand shopper, who is this brand targeting, and am I that person? All right, and then last but not least, look at the people that you admire. Is there a friend that you have that is really fashionable, that you love how she dresses? Pay attention to what she wears. Where does she shop? You know, maybe enlist her to help you transition into maybe a trendier wardrobe, or transition when you're making a big age change. You can also use a boutique if you don't have a friend that, maybe you really trust to do that. Find a boutique and find somebody who knows what they're doing. You're not going to get that kind of service in a typical big box store, but that's what you get from shopping a boutique. That's why you shop boutiques, because you're going to get somebody who knows what they're doing and who knows the brands in the store, knows how they fit, knows how they perform, and they're going to be able to help you make that transition. So I hope those 5 tips will help you, and I hope that you'll tune in for my next Saturday Savvy video.